We'll move into bikini. In bikini, we had Alice in first place. I think Alice brought a very good bikini look to the stage. Really for her, she needs to add just a little bit more fullness to her upper glutes. I also think she's just slightly leaning forward a little bit too much in her back pose as well. So if she fixes that and adds a little bit more fullness to her upper glutes, this back pose is going to become very, very strong. And then conditioning wise, I feel like she could just be like 1 percentage point tighter, barely tighter. That will help make her pop a little bit more and see a little bit more detail in her midsection, just a touch. So very, very slightly, but overall, the amount of fullness she brought, the overall balance, everything was very, very good and very on point, what we want to see in bikini. So I was very impressed with her look. In second place, we had Cassandra. The main thing for Cassandra is she was just a little bit too hard with the conditioning. Now, when I would look at Cassandra, I would describe it as being almost a little bit too etched in. And why I say that is because it almost looks like she had the level of conditioning that we would see in wellness, but as a bikini competitor. So she needs to be fuller when it comes to her conditioning. I also think in her front pose, her leg, the way it's placed, looks just a little bit slight and a little bit quad dominant in that front pose. But overall for her, I think if she adds just a little bit of that fullness to her conditioning, it's going to take care of a lot of these little issues. You can see that she actually has very good balance as well, but not only when I say etched into the conditioning, you could see it really in the glutes and the lower body, but you could also see it a little bit in the shoulders as well. So she's not a big girl. Because of her conditioning, you think she looks a little bit more muscular than she is. If she really just has the correct fullness, for example, if she had the fullness that Alice was displaying with her conditioning, I think it would give her a different look and more bring her in line to what the standards would be and take away that muscularity look that you can kind of see because of her conditioning. But her package is very balanced. It's very complete, and I think she could be a very, very dangerous competitor if they can figure out that conditioning. In third place, we had Alice. For Alice, I think she looked great from the front. Overall, I think she needed to be just a little bit tighter with the conditioning. And then for her main feedback is she needs to improve the overall development of her glutes from the back, and her legs look a little bit slight from the back. They don't look the same size as they do in the front pose. So it's really getting those legs and glutes from the back to balance out and look properly balanced with the rest of her physique. That is what's really going to complete her look. In fourth place, we had Sophia. For Sophia, she needs a little bit more depth to her glutes. She needs a little bit more development in her upper glutes. And then for her, she looks just a touch soft in her legs. The conditioning in her legs does not match her conditioning in her upper body and actually in her glutes and in her tie-in area as well. I think this is because she needs to add just a little bit more development to her legs. That way they can be in the same condition as the rest of her body. Again, for her, she brings a very balanced look. Her presentation is very, very good. She definitely has pop to her physique. It's just making sure everything is balanced and adding just a little bit more of that development in the glutes and in the legs.